Welcome to Func You Up, the podcast that gives you the best of functional medicine, nutrition, and wellness in 8 minutes or less.
Hello and welcome to Func You Up podcast.
I'm Samantha Wineke, functional medicine health coach.
And this is Michelle Miller, clinical nutritionist.
And today we're going to talk to you about something that we get tons of questions from our clients about, and that is supplements. Do we need supplements, Michelle?
Oh, I think it is no secret. Samantha and I love our supplements. I don't leave home without them. It's part of my meal prepping routine. It's tricky, right? Because as a nutritionist, I'm trained in the value of nutrition from food. And I wholeheartedly believe that is the natural way we are intended to get our nutrition and optimize our health. But we have so many things we're up against in this day and age. Do you want to talk about the first few things?
Yeah, sure. So one thing that we hear a lot about, and I know we listen to Mark Hyman a lot, he's fabulous, and he talks a lot about the depleted soils, right? So we're not getting as many nutrients from our foods because they're not grown in the same way that they used to be. So we've got that in combination with the increased stress that we have every day. I don't know if you've noticed, but I know most of my friends are always stressed out. We're always trying to de-stress. But when you're in that stressed out state too, you're going to need more vitamins and minerals.
And eating on the go too, right?
Right. You're not going to be able to fully digest and receive all those nutrients from your food if you're not in the rest and digest parasympathetic mode, which is something I talk to my clients about a lot. So it's the combination of a lot of these different factors that mean not only are we getting less vitamins and minerals from our food, but we need more vitamins and minerals to help us out.
Well, and let's also make note too about we have access to so many different varieties of foods year round. And the reason we have that access is because we have the transportation of food all over the world, and we're dry freezing, cold. We have access to cold storage. We're able to keep this food and kind of preserve it in its ripe state for longer. But let's not forget that that's going to deplete some of the nutrition of our food too. Even if it's a wonderful food like an organic strawberry, if it's frozen so that we can enjoy strawberries in January, we have to keep in mind that there's going to be a little bit less nutrition there.
Yeah, that's such a good point. So I guess the first step, of course, that we talk about with all of our clients is making sure that you're eating a plant-based diet where you have lots of different colored foods so that you're getting all of your phytonutrients that you need. And we definitely want to maximize the amount of beneficial minerals and vitamins we're getting from our food. But then what's kind of next, right?
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, I think we obviously want to get as much nutrition through our food as possible, get as widespread of options, different colors, different vitamins, different types of foods. But as we all know, that's a full-time job, right? To make sure you're covering all your bases, let alone if you're preparing food for a family and then you're worried about the nutritional needs of a child. So for me, that's really where supplementation comes in, because you can start to personalize nutrition where you really need to use it most. Now, Samantha, can you touch a little bit on if someone's looking at a nutritional label or if someone's familiar with like the RDA, kind of what that's implying first?
Right. So the RDA is telling you what amount of a vitamin you would need to not have a disease.
Right, to avoid deficiency in the body.
Right, exactly. So it's kind of parallel with, in functional medicine, we're not trying to make you not have a deficiency, right? That doesn't mean you feel healthy. So we want to make sure that you have the optimal amounts of each vitamin mineral.
Yes, we are in it to be thriving humans. If any of you have caught our other podcast episode on functional lab ranges, that's where we'll also talk about how, functional medicine is really there to optimize and help your health thrive, making sure you have those great optimal lab ranges. Similar goes with supplementation and food. We want to make sure we're not just getting the bare minimum. We're not just covering the basic essentials. We want you to be having enough nutrients in your body to feel amazing every day for all those different metabolic processes that are happening.
Yeah. And I think it kind of goes back to as well when we were talking about the blood work, it's also personalized, right? Each person's going to have different supplements that they need. There are going to be some that, multiple of our clients might have, like we alluded to, or we talked about in a past podcast about vitamin D, and a lot of people are deficient in that. But it's also important that we're specializing our supplement needs according to our specific body.
Totally. Yes. Men, women, ages, your individual lifestyle, your health concerns, your genetics even. So when we get to the topic of supplements, another big area of concern is the quality of control, basically, with supplements. The FDA is not looking over our supplements to make sure that if someone's creating a particular product that has a reishi mushroom in it, no one's really overseeing that to make sure that's 100% what is in it. It's in the United States especially, it's really becoming a problem. And I think that there are some steps to get better at that, but we really find we have to be educating the client and the consumer to make sure they're doing some of the research to make sure if they're going to spend the money and take the time to take a supplement, that they're really getting what's in the bottle and also the best form of that nutrient so that they can absorb it and use it. So there's so many layers to unpack here. What would you say if you're first starting into the world of supplementation, you should keep in mind in terms of like brands or supplements or just things you should be wary about? What are some like red flags? I will tell you, for one thing, I will probably never see Samantha walking into GNC.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I have my couple of brand names that I've already researched and I really trust their products. So I kind of try to stick with the same couple of products. And I think there are also some specific supplements that are okay or more okay to take from something like a GNC.
Yeah.
Whereas there are others, I know a hot topic right now is CBD oil or hemp oil, and you really have to make sure you're getting a good source of that. It's not very quality controlled and it's become so popular.
Well said. Yeah. I mean, that's a huge concern too, because there's a lot of companies just jumping on the bandwagon wanting to, make a quick dollar off of people who are trying to, stay on top of their health. I think also when it comes to supplements, honestly, you get what you pay for, and you have to be aware of that if you want a good quality supplement, you're going to have to pay top dollar for it. And if you're going to pay the cheapest, price for that supplement, there's a good chance you might just have expensive urine, right? You might just be excreting that. And that's something that's just not good for your body and not good for your pocket either.
Yeah.
I'll often say too, pay attention to the supplement companies who are third-party testing for purities. Look for a supplement that has an expiration date on it. It shouldn't last forever. Over time, that nutrient is going to start to deplete even in the supplement form. So there should be an expiration date. And, pay attention to the news. If there's companies that are getting caught with inappropriate ingredients or not labeling the nutrition labels properly, I would be a little skeptical of those brands moving forward.
Yeah, definitely agreed.
Now, for most of our vitamins and minerals, Samantha, when would you say it's best to take the supplements? Because we get a lot of questions about this.
Right, of course. And I think there are certain supplements, most of them I would say, that you really need to be taking with food so that your body can properly absorb those nutrients.
With all your other nutrients, right?
Exactly, right. So it's just all nutrients, just in different forms.
Yeah, so if your stomach is doing the job of starting digestion and breaking down food, take your supplements at that time too. So all of these vitamins and minerals from your food and your supplements get combined and absorbed together.
Yeah.
And then I know Samantha takes one particular supplement away from food.
My probiotic. So that's a really important one to take on an empty stomach. I take it either when I first wake up and then I wait about 30 minutes until I eat, or I take it right before bed. Because that one, you want to take it away from food. You're kind of helping to grow those bacteria or those healthy probiotics in your gut.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the big thing there is that supplement, you're trying to get that far down into the GI tract. And so you actually don't want to take it with food for fear of it maybe digesting too early on or getting broken down too early on in the GI tract.
Yeah.
Also, if you're in the market for looking for a probiotic or maybe an omega-3, you should be getting one that should be refrigerated. That should be really important too. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. We love this topic so much. We could go on, and we'll talk about some of our favorite supplements in later episodes. But thanks for dropping by.
We'll see you on our social media accounts. You can follow us on Instagram on Physiologic NYC, or you can email us at funcyouyup@physiologicnyc.com. Have a great day.
You've been listening to Func You Up. Be sure to like, review, and subscribe for more daily tips on living well.